Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, 1646 to 1716, was described by Bertrand Russell as one of the supreme intellects of all time. He was a polymath who excelled in so many different spheres that the French author, Denis Diderot, was prompted to remark, "When one compares the talents one has with those of a Leibniz, one is tempted to throw away one's books and go die quietly in the dark of some forgotten corner." Born in Leipzig, Saxony, his Lutheran father was a university professor, and consequently he had access to books from a very early age. By the age of 8, he had taught himself to read Latin. Largely self-taught, he enrolled in university age 15 to study philosophy and graduated in 2 years. Very much a rationalist, well-grounded in epistemology. At the age of 20, after also studying law at the University of Jena, he applied for his doctorate from the University of Leipzig, which was rejected as he was felt to be too young for such a rank. However, the University of Altdorf granted the doctorate and offered him a chair, which he declined in order to enter the diplomatic service of the German Holy Roman Empire in 1667, working for Johann Philipp von Schönborn, the Archbishop of Mainz. This led in 1672 to his move to Paris, then the centre of learning in Europe. He spent 4 years there, persistently trying to persuade Louis XIV to invade Egypt, in the hope that this would keep him distracted and allow the empire, still devastated by the ravages of the 30 Years' War, an opportunity to recover. Although the Egyptian plan failed, Leibniz met and corresponded with many of the leading scientists and prominent philosophers of his time, including Nicolas Malebranche, Antoine Arnauld, and the Dutch physicist Christian Huygens. In 1673, he visited London and met Boyle, the chemist, and Oldenburg, the secretary of the recently founded Royal Society. In 1675 in Paris, he began working on the infinitesimal calculus, which he discovered independently of Sir Isaac Newton's earlier work, eventually publishing it in 1684. Newton's Principia was published in 1687, and an acrimonious dispute ensued as to who had discovered it first. While both men's contributions are now recognized independently, Leibniz undoubtedly laid the basis for the development of integral and differential calculus. The Leibnizian notation adopted by the French was a more flexible tool for mathematical analysis, and because people took sides along national lines, English mathematics fell behind for 100 years. Though perhaps principally remembered for his dispute with Newton and his philosophical writings, the Theodicy and the Monadology, Leibniz was a prodigious and indefatigable polymath who made significant contributions in the fields of physics, history, geology, mathematics, and jurisprudence, as well as metaphysics, logic, epistemology, and the philosophy of religion. After the death of his employer, the Archbishop of Mainz, he visited Baruch Spinoza in The Hague. In October 1676, he took up the post of librarian, and later in 1678 that of counsellor to John Frederick, the Duke of Hanover.